Hello out there, wrestling fans. I have been thinking a lot about WWE's rated PG, as they've been for a couple of, well, you could really notice they're toning down to the product after the Benoit double murder suicide in 2007, and since then WWE has gotten very, very family friendly, very kid oriented. You have Cena is the ultimate kid's favorite, so is Rey Mysterio, you have Jeff Hardy, then you also have Triple H, somewhat appealing to the older male audience. And however, people have complained a lot about WWE being rated PG and why that's not good for the business and why that makes the product very stale. And people have been prejudgmental. They have complained about more or less everything. Still, they're watching, so I think they simply can't let go of the WWE. And I can understand WWE's move of being rated PG to start with. WWE was the target after this Benoit double murder suicide. They had this steroid scandal in the fall of 2007. WWE was kind of kicked on as they laid down, and WWE had to wear the dog face for this entire ordeal that the wrestling industry went through. So WWE had to carry that burden, and they did good in portraying wrestling as a family friendly thing, as something that you can enjoy and that parents can let their kids watch. Had WWE continued with wrestlers bleeding, sexual displays of divas, etc., I think that had only given channels such as Fox, you know, O'Reilly and Nancy Grace, that have made them being right about WWE not being suitable for younger viewers. However, seeing now that WWE has been rated PG for a long time, I can finally actually see that WWE is raising the bar. There have been talks in WWE and rumors coming out about them going to PG-13, which means and indicates they are going to get more mature and more interesting also, of course. These very kid-appealing storylines are not always that complicated and that intricate, which makes it somewhat kinda boring to see it and very predictable. And it also favors the faces always coming out on top. And I think I should just go through the things what I have seen that indicates WWE is actually tuning up the volume, as I've said in previous videos. And well, the first things that WWE changed when going to rated PG from this more mature product was no blood. We all know that, no blood, no bikini contest, no sexual innuendos on divas, and also the language, very correct language. I mean, the harshest word more or less was loser. However, right before Night of Champions, that's where I started to notice this tune-up of the volume. WWE, when he said that kind of funny line, "What the hell's a hobbit?" he swore that's a curse word. Later that night, Mickey James called Maryse, kind of uncalled for. She seemed pretty calm, but in a casual way she called Maryse a tramp. Now, these are not words that we've heard on WWE TV in recent memory. It was a long time. I mean, they used to come up on a weekly basis, but during the Attitude Era. But nope, that's the beginning. We're also gonna see the comeback of D-Generation X, and of course that also promises for a more mature product, because a lot of DX stuff is political, sexual, kind of intricate, very controversial, and you can't have DX really booked in a very much PG way, so you have to loosen up a little. We saw during this segment where Shawn Michaels worked at the hamburger bar, he kicked a girl in the face. That's not very family friendly, seeing a little girl among who's in the age of what many wrestling fans are right now, the kids, getting kicked in the face by Shawn Michaels. That can also be symbolical and kind of figurative thing. We also saw the boss coming in, yelling at Shawn Michaels, calling him Hickenbottom. I don't think that there are that many kids that knows that Shawn Michaels' real name is Hickenbottom. So that was a very entertaining joke, and he said he was going to protect his anonymity. And that was a great way to appeal. Also show that they are aware of the grown up fans, the mature fans. I had a note somewhere. I don't know where that went. However, there's been a lot of this stuff going on. We also see in the WWE Divas displayed in a much more sexual way. It was during Seth Green, when he hosted Raw, they had a bikini contest. First time in over a year, I believe. They also had, during CC Top, as special guest hosts, they played the song Legs, and they portrayed the divas in another sexy way. So it's been more focused on the divas as sexy and their bodies, sexual innuendos, slurs. You have the comeback of D-Generation X, which kind of forces WWE to raise the bar. You have curse words reappearing. And I also thought that last week on Raw, this past Monday, the first two matches, Carlito versus Kofi Kingston and The Miz versus Evan Bourne, were really physical. It really seemed that they wanted to kill each other. They really wanted to win that battle. They really wanted to hurt the other opponent. These things, there might have been more that I forget right now, but these things to me indicate, plus the rumors of WWE themselves intending on raising the bar to PG-13, shows that this very family-friendly thing is just temporary. And they're doing this to win the fans back, to win the confidence back, and to get parents to allow their kids to watch the WWE and kind of put them out of the spotlights as the bad guys, because that was what Fox wanted WWE to be, the bad guy, and especially Vince, having him to take blame for all young wrestlers dying, which I think is absolutely bullshit, because Vince is no babysitter whatsoever. He is a promoter, he's an employer, and if you don't like working there, if it's too harsh for you, if you have to take drugs in order to succeed or make it, how could that be the boss's fault? You quit. If you can't take the workload, you quit. It's up to yourself. It's grown-up athletes. They know how to make their own decisions. Like Michael Hayes once said, it's not the business, it's you. Stick with it. Thank you for watching, and let's really hope now for WWE tuning up the product. Be sure to check out my other videos. SummerSlam predictions is right about to come up as well. Have a nice day.